Okay, we are back. I always say okay, by the way, at the beginning of these videos. It is a thing that I do. Also, you'll notice in the second half, I recorded the whole thing, then realized I recorded part of the videos vertically, so that's why I'm redoing it. I'm actually redoing the first videos. The second videos, I already did, so that's why you'll see me in different clothes and things. Because sometimes it's how it be. And you realize life isn't a selfie. So, okay, what we're gonna talk about now is the 5 principles. These are like 5 principles that will help you get started, and that's kind of what we're gonna be going over. First principle is creating a vision. Most people never define where they want to go and what they want when they get there, so they drift. Most people don't know where they wanna go, and they don't know what they wanna have when they get to where they wanna go. It's kind of like if you think about, let's just say, a lot of people, this is how a lot of people live their lives. It's like jumping in a car, driving for 6 hours, and being like, wow, now that I'm 6 hours away from where I want to be, I just realized I want to go 6 hours in the opposite direction. And if you could take a minute, look back at your life and go, dang, how many times did I like naturally drift in one direction just to realize it's the exact opposite direction than where I want to drift to? How many of my decisions, my little decisions, ended up hindering me that much? And I think it'd be pretty eye-opening, and that's why it's important to have a vision on where we're trying to go. I like the quote, and we'll mention it later, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, but the best time is to plant it is today. And kind of how the idea is here, okay, let's start planting good seeds in our mind, and we'll talk about that in a sec. Something that's cool about a vision also is a vision really helps you to be able to say yes or no to different things. Same with having a plan. Like once you know where you're trying to go, then the plan kind of gets implemented, and you know, like, do I say yes to this, no to this, to align with my vision? And it's actually super helpful. And that's kind of what the goal is to free, like part of the goal of this course is to help you just to free your mind to make good decisions. And when we're always competing and like oftentimes we just don't know where we're trying to go. It's super easy if you know where you're trying to go to type it in the GPS, go there and get gas along the way. But if you just start driving, and you're like, oh no, where's a gas station? Well, if you don't have a route and you're in the middle of nowhere and you're not like on the way to somewhere, it can be harder. So yeah, that's kind of vision. Then we're gonna talk about progressive overload. Building a lifestyle, not on the quick and easy, but on how can I acclimate to a new level of life? Because it's gonna be really hard at first. Starting anything new is really hard at first, but then you'll acclimate with basically with the idea of progressive overload, and then be able to accomplish more. Yeah, it's like a lot of people like with investing, like I think Warren Buffett talks about how he's just like he makes money in a boring way by putting investments in, and over long periods of time he gets a return. Oftentimes, like we want the quick, now easy, clickbait option is usually like, is it like, can I make money as soon as possible, as fast as possible, as much as I can, and just like, instead of trying to build something over a long period of time that, you know, compounds, it's like, what can I get as fast as possible? And, you know, we see that just drive around in America, and that's the culture, or swipe around on YouTube. But yeah, and then we're trying to make sustainable progress that it trumps short bursts of energy in one direction from just slow, consistent progress toward our goals. The third thing we're going to talk about is planning and strategy. Having a plan and strategy. This is where you're going to break your vision. Okay, where do I want to end up? And then we're going to plan something to get there. I know it sounds super simple, but a lot of people will either get stuck in the planning phase or the execution phase. All of these steps are important. It starts with thinking. It starts with creating a vision, then a plan. I love this guy, Brian Johnson. He's like gonna live forever as his thing. And he's like, once I figured out once I figured out like what to do, I just do it now. And he like basically took all his time, built a plan to basically it optimizes his life to live forever. And he's like, now I just do it. Like I don't fight. I don't use mental energy to fight doing it or not doing it. It's like I want to live forever. Since that's my vision, I follow the plan. And I like that approach. And that's where we get stuck a lot. We get stuck, we want to change the plan, we want to change the vision, and then we struggle with accomplishing things. Yeah, and then through that, we're going to get into ruthless execution. So actually, sorry, I was supposed to talk about that with Brian Johnson in the ruthless execution, but I read the wrong thing. But in ruthless execution, the mind loves the planning phase, okay, guys? The mind loves to be like, hey, we're just going to plan out all this cool stuff that we're going to do. We're going to plan out that race we're going to do that one day, or the diet we're going to do one day, or the business we're going to start one day. And you start ending up in someday island that you're going to do something. Someday I'm going to do something. So, and that's where the most important thing is, like once you create a vision, okay, we have a plan, then we have a plan, then it's like ruthless execution of the plan. And that's what I wanted to say with Brian Johnson is he's like, once he created the plan, he's like, boom, this is what I'm doing. And he just woke up and did it. There isn't this getting caught up in the planning anymore. Once the plan's made, start doing the plan, adapt on the way, because you need the intel. Fifth thing we're going to talk about is planting good seeds. And that's something, our fifth principle is like planting good seeds. And that's, what you consume shapes you. Okay, what you think about is going to shape who you are as a person. And, I'll use the example of when I trained for a 100-mile race a lot. It's actually the picture of me during the race of this course. But I'll use that example a lot. And I remember before I started the race, so that I wanted my mind to believe I was a runner. And I started the race, I'm like training, I'm like 200 pounds, I'm super strong. For me, very like built that way. But I'm like, I gotta get, the bodybuilding has gotta go, the strength's gotta go a little bit so I can be a runner in 6 months when I run 100 miles. And I had done so many races before, like it wasn't like it was an impossible task to complete. It was a reasonable thing that I could potentially complete. So what I did was I curated my Instagram feed so that it was all like ultra running stuff. Or running stuff in general. So I'd always be thinking about running. And then, like I'd have all my watch set up so that I had all my running stats. And what it was doing was training my mind, like he's a runner, we're in this running headspace. What are the things that help runners? And everything was kind of focused around that. And I was planting the seeds in my mind that were going to help me. Oh yeah, it's a big run today, it's a hard run. Well, that's what I do, It's already programmed into me that that's what I do. And something in this too is really cool is like celebrate all your small wins, your little accomplishments along the way. Something that I sometimes didn't do and I regretted not doing. And when you have like a little win, it's good to be like, yes. Like I remember when I got my first sale, doing a sales job, I just like celebrated like crazy because I was like, I want to feel this emotion again. I want to feel, I want to want this more. So I'm going to continue to structure my life so that I can have more sales. And it's awesome when you get to celebrate that. And you're being grateful like for what you have, not just like what you want to be. And I think that's really powerful. Is like the frame, like all the progress you're making, all the things you're getting better at, like just being appreciative of that. It's all like, we live in a time where, for me, the internet that I see is very much curated around like, you're not doing enough, you have to do so much, and it's never like, hey man, like great job for doing the small task. I think Chris Williamson talks about that in a podcast. Like people don't usually say like, good job for not getting mad at that person. But you can say, hey, great job, I'm proud of you today for doing that. So plant good seeds in your mind, positive ones. And that kind of goes into that mindset, guys. And once you have a plan, you can start taking clear action. And I remember I think the key is just start. Like even if you don't have a plan yet, But you know, like I want to get healthier. Like that's a common one. Like I want to get a little healthier. I want to make more money. Start doing the thing today that's going to get you there. I remember when I started the 100 miler, I was like, I know that I need to drop some weight. I know that I need to start running all the time. And there was like different things like that. I was like, I just know I need to start running. So I'll build a plan, but I'm just going to go on a run today. Because I mean, I always kind of ran, but start consistently building up a training block. I was like, I'm just going to start running. I'm going to start doing something today that's going to get me to my future vision. So with that, we have next action step. Name one goal you're currently working toward. So what's a goal you're currently working toward or would like to work toward? Write down one thing you're going to do today that's going to help you get to that goal. So yeah, just take some time. Hey, what's something I want to start working toward or I am currently working toward? And then what you're doing today, so like on a daily basis to get that. Take a picture of it, write it in your journal, take a picture of your journal, post it in the chat, and then you can post also a picture of yourself doing the thing. So if it's, I wanted to go on more walks, take a picture of you going on a walk. If it's, I wanted to meal prep all my food, take a picture of you doing meal prep. If it's, I wanted to go to get a ice cream, but my goals are to say no to that, then, you know, just hold out your hand with a pretend ice cream cone or something. So anyhow, that's your action step. Hit that, drop it inside the school chat there, and then we'll move on to the next video.